What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Welcome to another episode of this old FZ6. So, if you see my previous videos, I got this FZ6. Has not run in 5 years. It's basically like a couple boxes of parts, and largely complete, but it was missing a lot of stuff, and mostly just it hadn't run in a really long time. So I decided, in my infinite wisdom, to take it all apart, put it all back, and make this thing really nice. Um, so, a surprise! If you've seen my other videos, every update is I'm waiting on parts, and that's exactly what I'm doing at the moment. So I still have a lot of Yamaha parts on order for this thing. So in the meantime, I've been kind of keeping myself busy. So I thought unpack a little bit what I've done so far, and then we'll go from there. So let me start with the front of the bike. So I had the forks redone, um, resealed them, new fluid, and I have to say, like, they cleaned up super nice. Spent some time kind of cleaning up the hardware, and just really impressed. They cleaned up. They cleaned up really nice. Looks fantastic. The front wheel. These are EBC rotors, and the brake calipers. Just a lot of time and kind of elbow grease. I mean, these look new, but it's just a couple hours of just scrubbing, just a mild degreaser, and a little bit of um, compound polish. Just can bring it back, and it looks fantastic. And then this thing, I just took some rubbing compound, buffed it, polished it, wax, and look at that color. Like, it came right back. Like, it looks brand new. Super impressed with how that came back. Like, it looks, like I said, it looks brand new. These headlights are new. It's one of the few parts that have arrived. So I got so excited when it showed up that I just slapped them on. So I have the fairing frame, the headlights, most everything else around the fairing and the cowling has not arrived yet. The triple fork came out just super. Just really impressed with that came out with the way that came out. Looks it looks basically like brand new. Um, if you look at a handlebar, this is not an FZ6 handlebar. This is actually an FZ8, and this bike actually came with an FZ1 handlebar. The FZ8 is basically an FZ1 with the built-in riser. So I have the FZ1. I'm going to try this bar out because I'm a bit of a taller rider, and if I like it, I like it. If not, I can switch back to the FZ1 or any other handlebar. So I'll have a more detailed review of the handlebar. This thing's still kind of work in progress. I just kind of like was so excited that some parts arrived that I started bolting them up. Tank arrived. This and that look fantastic. Like, there is nothing that looks better than a new tank. So that's a new part from Yamaha, and it arrived, bolted it up. I might end up having to take it off to do some of the wiring, but I was just, like I said, I was so excited when it showed up. I was like, I'm just gonna slap this thing on here and just see what it looks like. Looks fantastic. Cleaned up the gas filler, and this thing looked really ragged when I took it off, and maybe an hour of just some mild degreaser, and some rubbing compound, and look at that, it's like came right back, super excited. Also, a lot of the parts came back from the powder coater. So you can see like the bracketry up in here, it's all new powder coated. There was a lot of corrosion and like surface rust in this area. This kind of gets exposed to the elements. This bracket in here, that's all powder coated. And you're probably noticing the headers. So this thing, again, being bored, waiting for parts, I just decided to tackle the headers. And to be honest, this was a lot easier than it seems. This is just Scotch-Brite pad and silver polish and some microfiber towels and a couple hours worth of work, depending on how bad your headers, and like it all came back. Like it's looks fantastic. Some of the parts came back from the powder coater. This is kind of like a little bit of a sneak peek. We'll see how this looks like. These are the trim pieces that go on the side of the radiator, which normally in FZ6 are that silver. But I kind of wanted it to match with the frame and just kind of like blend in with the bike. I'm not a huge fan of the silver accent pieces around the radiator. The radiator is not exactly something you want to kind of point out or have your eyes drawn to. So I think this is going to look really, really sharp. We shall see. Once the rest of my radiator hoses arrive from Yamaha, I'll get that bolted up and we'll check out what it looks like. I really regret not showing you all what the coolant looked like when I dumped it, because it was brown, if not black. So I did flush it considerably, even after I dumped it. It was pretty nasty, but I regret not putting that on video, because it was pretty nasty stuff. So that's kind of like the latest on this thing. Like I said in an earlier video, once you get to a point where you're bolting shiny stuff onto the bike, it does feel really, really good. More to come. Like I said, I'm really, really excited to get this thing back on the road. Hopefully with some luck, some parts will arrive. I'm especially looking forward to getting all the cooling system all done, all shiny, all new. It's gonna look great. All right, y'all. I'll see you back with another update.